Hello there, colorful creator. Welcome back to our channel. Let's check out the supplies we'll need for our project today. You are going to need some paintbrushes to begin with. Next, you will need some watercolor paints. I have some red tones and yellows and even a brown here because I want it to be very fall in the colors that I select. Next, you will need a paint palette or a paper plate and a cup of water. You will also need to go out and gather some fresh leaves. They can either be green leaves or maybe they're brown or red leaves. It does not matter. And lastly, grab some paper. I'm using mixed media paper, but you can also use watercolor paper too. The most important thing is that your paper is thick enough so it can absorb all of the water that we're going to be creating with. All right, let's get started. Begin with a watercolor wash. So dip your paintbrush in your water and rub that all over your piece of paper. It doesn't have to have anything on it, just a little bit of water. Once you do that, you're going to pick up a little bit of your watercolor paint and make sure that as you're dipping into your paint that you are picking up a little bit of water with it every time that you put your paint on your paper. And I'm just going back and forth between all of the colors that I have here. So I have two different shades of red, a yellow, and then an orange as well. Now you can pick whichever color of watercolor paints you want. These are just the ones that I selected because I want it to look like fall and autumn leaves on my paper. So again, I went with a couple shades of orange, yellow, and brown to be very representative of fall. I could also have mixed in a little bit of green in there too, but I didn't. And it's totally up to you whatever paints you want and what colors you want to use in your paper. Now make sure that you're doing just a light wash of color all over your paper. You don't want too much water within it, but just enough color that will spread all the way around your paper. And once you have that color wash, go ahead and grab your leaves, and you're going to begin by placing them around your paper, and you can arrange them however you would like, and then pick up a little bit of your paint and then put that all on the back side of your leaves and around the edges. Now there's really no wrong or right way to do this. You're just going to lay them flat on the paper and then pick up whichever colors you would like and layer that color on. The key thing here is that you want to make sure that you're not putting too much water on your paper to where it can't absorb it and hold it all in. So work in layers with that watercolor and pick up whichever colors you would like and place that all over the backs of your leaves. Now, depending on how big your paper is and how many leaves you have, this will determine how long your project will last. Obviously, a bigger paper will require more leaves and will take much longer to fill up. But you are going to continue working until you have all of your leaves covered and you have layered on lots of color on your paper. One thing I really love about this project is that it's not only an art project, but it can also be a fun outdoor adventure. You can take the kids outside, gather up all of your leaves, maybe even throw some flowers in there or whatever you would like, and then you can bring them back inside to make your art project. I always love working with watercolor because of all of the different colors and how they blend together, and I just think it's so beautiful. This art project also is really great for all ages of kids, even adults too. I, as an adult, really enjoyed doing this project, but even different ages of kids. You can even get preschoolers involved all the way up to high school. It's really fun. So if you have a class or a family with different kids and age groups, this is a great activity that they can do because everybody can get involved. It really requires no skill, very minimal prep work, and it's just really fun, and there's no real wrong way of doing it. So I always love art projects that are like that. Plus, it's always so fun to see everybody's masterpieces at the end. So at the end of this project, I will show you how you can reveal your beautiful masterpiece once everything is dry. So make sure you stick around to the end of this video, but keep watching and make sure that you are covering all of those leaves with the watercolor paints. Now that I'm done working with my paintbrush, I'm going to actually grab a couple of cotton balls and I'm going to dip them into the watercolors and then just squeeze them on the paper. This adds such a fun technique in order to give the water a little bit more movement on the paper and a little bit more of a surprise of what your leaf prints are going to be once you pull them up at the end. Once you're done painting, you're going to want to make sure that you let your picture dry completely. So make sure you set it aside where it won't be disturbed and then come back to it. Picture's dry, it will look something like this, and you will want to slowly peel up all of your leaves and remove them from your paper. This is honestly one of my favorite parts because you don't know what is going to be underneath every single one of those leaves. So with every pull of the leaf, it is a little surprise from nature, and it is just so fun to be able to reveal those little leaf prints all over the paper. I absolutely love just how much texture and detail was actually left on the paper, and it's really fun to be able to see all the different edges and the shapes of the leaves. Our final leaves being removed to reveal our beautiful masterpiece. I hope you had so much fun creating this fall leaf watercolor art project with me today. If you did, make sure that you give this video a thumbs up and that you also subscribe to our channel for more fun and easy at-home art videos. It was so much fun creating with you, and I hope that you come back to do it again. Oh, and don't forget to keep creating and stay colorful.